This story of connection that Kristen sent in is another one that proves that our loved ones across the veil are really encouraging all of us to keep living, to keep experiencing life. The stories just keep happening over and over again, and this is another one, and I just love it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. So Kristen flew back to Wisconsin for her husband's celebration of life. She's sitting around the table with a family member, and they're talking about this story where someone who had lost their child was talking about how hard it was to follow up with traditions. So the next year when school was starting for her other children, she had a hard time baking a cake like she always did to celebrate the first day of school. The moral of the story was just bake the cake. So in other words, keep living, keep doing the traditions. Our loved ones across the veil want us to keep living like that. So then another relative asked Kristen what she was going to be doing for her anniversary, which was going to be in just a few days. She said that she had some ideas. She'd even considered making the spaghetti that her husband always made her for the special occasions. His cousin had a copy of the recipe and was going to send it to her because she didn't have it. At the end of that conversation, they ended it with "just make the spaghetti," in reference to the other story about just bake the cake. Over the weekend, "just make the spaghetti" was referenced multiple times. Then Kristen was on her way home. She said the floodgates really opened up at the airport. She was crying the whole flight home. She was really having a tough time. She gets to the car in the parking lot, and it was her husband's car. She throws the bag in the back seat, and she notices a couple receipts sticking out from underneath the seat. She doesn't know what convinced her to bend down and pick it up and check it out, but the first receipt she opened was from 2017, and she was like, "Geez, Andy, when was the last time you cleaned out your car?" Then she bent down and picked up the last receipt, and it was from May 11th of 2020, which was her birthday. She wondered what her husband was buying for her on that day, and she looked at the receipt, and it's all the ingredients that he needed to make her that special spaghetti that he always made her for her birthday. So you better believe a couple days later, she made that spaghetti for herself to celebrate their anniversary. And I love that she knows that Andy was right beside her, encouraging her to make that spaghetti to keep up with the traditions and keep living her life. Thank you, Kristen, for sending us the story of connection. We loved it. If you have your own story of connection, please consider sending it in. You can even send in a video of you sharing it yourself, just like I am here. We would love to help you put these stories out into the world. And we believe that the people that need to hear them find these stories at just the right time. Thanks so much for following along.